Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is John Jig Gaming on the mic, coming at you with a brand new episode of the Earlham Teambuilder Dynasty here on NCAA 14, featuring that college football revamp, of course. We got ourselves another rivalry game, man, and it's a big one. We're both fighting for the opportunity to go to a bowl game. We need to win out if we want a chance to become bowl eligible. Meanwhile, Franklin would be in a much better position if they won, would put them 5-5, but we're here to spoil that, and what a great day to do so. They have multiple guys visiting, and we're here to go ahead and ruin it, man. We're trying to get ourselves back on track. We've lost 3 of our last 4 games ever since we've gone on our little 2-game winning streak. So this game is important to us, man. We need to go ahead and take care of business. And forget about the introduction, man. Let's go ahead and get into this game. If you're enjoying the content, by the way, make sure you smash that like button, hit subscribe if you're new to help build this community. Let's go ahead and break our losing streak. Let's get this going. So let's go ahead and get our second rivalry game of the season officially underway. And they're starting off pretty well here. Franklin starting with the ball as Marcus Turner takes it down to the left-hand side and picks up an easy 11. And that's going to be the key for us here. Got to be able to contain Marcus Turner, because we're not really worried about Chris Fry too terribly much. So if we can contain that running game, we should be able to have a really successful day on the defensive side of the football. As we do have a 2nd and 5 now coming up here. Chris Fry dropping back to pass for the first time. Throwing over to left-hand side, and Caden Doman. You need to make that catch, my guy. Dude wasn't even paying attention. So now we got 3rd and 5 here instead, as Chris Fry will drop back again. And they throw it to the right-hand side over to NFL prospect Adam Holmes, who ends up picking up 5 yards on that catch. As now we got 1st and 10 coming up here once again. Chris Fry taking it to the right-hand side over to Marcus Turner, who ends up picking up 6 yards on that little carry right there. As we got a 3rd and 6, couple plays later now. Let's see if we can get these guys off the field at the very least, as the tight end is going to go into motion as Fry over the middle. This time finding his wide receiver in Justin Ross. In the second time that we had these guys, in a 3rd down situation, we can't get them off the field. That's something that we have to do better with. 3rd down defense, as they go to Adam Holmes on the left-hand side. A 6'6" body, and he got some speed too on top of that. He's got a 9-yard gain here as well. And a 3rd and short now coming up for Franklin. 3rd time's the charm, Hope Bailey. As we get to the left-hand side, and we straight up miss him. Marcus Sands had an opportunity to bring this guy down. And it's the 3rd down conversion for Franklin. As a result of that, they're taking up about half of the first quarter. And there's nothing that we could do about that. NCAA cheese. Bobby Brink somehow gets a carry, and they don't call a penalty for it. And that's how they scored their first point. So they go up 7-0 early here. You hate to see it, and even more so, we actually end up, going 3 and out on our next possession. So Franklin has the football once again, and Marcus Turner, he's on a roll now. A 17-yard carry after stiff-arming a couple of guys. The exact opposite of what we wanted to happen here originally, as Franklin is certainly able to do whatever they want on, at least the early onset of this game. As we do get him to another 3rd down. Can we get these guys off the field? And I think we do. 4th down coming up. Chris Fry is held up by Caden Doman. But they are going to go for it here. 4th and 1. Totally understand. As Fry drops back, throws it short over to Campbell, who stiff arms Justin Burden. And eventually has to be Cameron Frost that brings him down. The free safety saving a touchdown here, hopefully, and we does end up turning into a touchdown saving tackle, literally, as we force him to a field goal. So we're only down 10-0, nothing too crazy. Let's get our offense going here as we try to get our passing attack going. Miami off to a slow start. 0 for 5 so far. You hate to see it, trying to get Jakeem short. So at this point, just trying to get our passing attack going, but it's intercepted on the screen. They read it like a book, and Miller is going to go ahead and take it into the end zone. The easiest pick six that he'll probably get in his collegiate career, as Brett Miller, we threw that behind Jakeem short, and we didn't get a hat on a hat that time, and it led to another touchdown for Franklin. We're already down 17-0, and I'm trying not to freak out because we've taken some big punches in the mouth before, but not a good start here in a rivalry game, especially on the road on top of that. But we do always get a good return from Justin Burton, and we've needed it, as we've hardly moved the ball whatsoever. So this could be a big drive for us here. See if we can get something going, as Miami trying to throw it out over to the right hand side. He had Jakeem short open again, but just got hezzy through, and didn't matter, as now we got 2nd and 10 now coming up. We do go to our ground game, and Terrain Patton does have a little bit more success. An 8-yard carry, his biggest of the day so far. And since we got 3rd and short, might as well try to run for the first down. And it looks like we might get it as we break a tackle. He's moving down the sideline. One man left to beat, and he's brought down at about the 7-yard line. 36-yard run for Miami Uiagalelei, as that takes us into the end of the first quarter. We're down 17-0 already, but hey, we got a drive going. Let's make it a 2-score game. So welcome back. We got a 3rd and goal coming up here, and it looks like Miami Uiagalelei actually got shaken up on that run. So Terrain Patton's in at quarterback, and with nobody open, we just throw it into the dirt essentially. We do settle for a field goal, and hey, we get a free and out ourselves here, so maybe this is the spark that we needed, that 36-yard run. As Jakeem short, he gets a quick pass over the middle and ends up picking up 6 yards on that one. His first catch of the day finally. And that might be our first completion, I believe, if I'm not mistaken as well. As we head back down to the running game, Miami Uiagalelei trying to find some space, and does end up picking some yardage up, another 7-yard gain. At least the legs working well for Miami Uiagalelei. But let's see if we can get the arm going as well, as Miami drops back, scrambling over to the right-hand side. Had a guy open, was looking for Adam Hill to 3rd, but it's incomplete, just not a good throw. And on a 3rd and 12, we're forced to pass. Miami has not done a good job passing the ball so far, and it just sucks, man. Don't know what else you can do there. Miami trying to pick up the first down on the ground, as nobody was open for us. So nothing that we could do except punt this football away and hope that our defense can come up with a stop here. As we got a 1st and 10, we try to send the blitz, but they read it perfectly. And a quick throw over to Marcus Turner. Ends up picking up 16 yards for the Grizzlies, as they go into a no-huddle attack once again. 1st and 10 coming, as Chris Fry is actually going to keep it this time around and nearly picks up that first down as well. Cameron Frost able to make the tackle at the very least. But a 2nd and short, and I would not be shocked if we got a little play action right here. And no, it's a straight pass as well, as Izzy Ray misses him and is able to throw quickly over to Marcus Turner. Another first down here once again. But there's a little bit of hope, though. We do get him to another 3rd down. We need this stop on defense once again, as Fry drops back, trying to go one-on-one, and Justin Burton almost gets that interception for us. He drops it, but we do force him to punt this ball away at the very least. And now it's time for our offense to strike back, man. Let's go ahead. Let's make this a 1-score game. We desperately need it. And Terrain Patton again, our backup quarterback, by the way, picking up 8 yards on the ground. And I'm looking forward to when we have an actual running back, because I'll tell you what, this offense will be a lot more dangerous when we have a true running back in the backfield going forward. But for right now, Terrain Patton is not doing a terrible job in this game. He's averaging 4 yards per carry. Not too shabby work, as Miami will drop back on a 2nd and 11, trying to avoid the pressure, and does actually ends up scrambling out of bounds. He did have somebody open, but when you're running for your life, it becomes a habit. And it's a habit that we do want to break, try to improve our offensive line going forward. as Patton picks up another first down for us off the halfback screen. That's first catch of the day as well. So since we're getting towards the end of the first half, we do start calling some no huddle, trying to get that screen going as Sukeem Smith, does have it open, but, defenders are just sniffing that particular play out. And now we got 3rd and 10 going here once again. Need our quarterback to make a play. We drop back, trying to throw over the middle. We were looking for Adam Hill to third again, and it's intercepted by Triengine, and this looks like trouble. Dan Etley can't make the tackle, and he's in the end zone. The second pick 6 for this Franklin defense in a tough day for Miami. 2 for 13, 2 interceptions. That's not how we're going to win football games whatsoever. We need something from our passing attack. That's why we're down by so much. We're down by 21, and for a little fault from our defense, the defense has been real solid as we throw to the right-hand side. There's a completed pass finally. Jariah Bond for 25. Let's see if we can get a touchdown here. We need it. Looking for our first offensive score of the game. Their defense actually have outscored us so far. As we throw over the middle, get it to Danny Carson. He's just chilling by himself and ends up picking up 10 there. A first down for the Quakers. As we go no huddle once more. 1st and 10. Miami dropping back. He's going to throw short to Jariah Bond, who gets to the outside and looks like he might have drawn a penalty as well. So let's see what it is. And they call a face mask on Franklin. And so we can keep this thing rocking and rolling. Less than a minute left. Calling the option. Going to pitch it out to Terrain Patton. He got some space on the outside. And if Terrain Patton was just a tad faster, we were going to go ahead and get that touchdown. But right now, 1st and goal coming up. We do at least score. We will not be denied the end zone this time around. A touchdown pass to St. Wilhelm. With less than 24 seconds left. We're down by 2 scores. Let's at least go into the locker room with a 14-point deficit. We can at least work with that. We have come back from worse. Believe me. Watch that Bluffton game if you don't believe me. As we got 1st and 10 now coming up. Chris Fry dropping back, throwing to the left-hand side. He's brought down, and they only have 1 timeout remaining. They're going to try to get to the line of scrimmage quickly. 5 seconds left, 4 seconds left. This will probably be the last play of the first half as Donald Williams picks up 23 with 1 second left in this first half, and that might put them in the field goal range. So hoping our defense can, get a block or something. Cameron Frost in the back trying to return this thing, but that is barbecue chicken, though. Field goal attempt is good, and Franklin doing a great job with the 2-minute drill. They're taking a 27-10 lead going into the locker room. The second half is coming up very shortly. So welcome back to the second half of this rivalry game between the Earlham Quakers and the Franklin Grizzlies. We're down 27-10, and also something that we got going on right now is that they actually get the ball to start the second half, so a big drive coming up for them. Try to keep it close for the most part so we can get back into striking distance, but that face mask penalty is not going to help us whatsoever. We need some better play from guys like Caden Doman. As we got a 1st and 10, an easy throw over the middle to Donald Williams, who ends up picking up 16 on that one. His second catch of the day. And now another 1st and 10 coming up for Franklin. They pass again. Chris Fry this time getting it out to the left-hand side where Nick Campbell is. He puts 20 yards on that gain as well. Chris Fry just tearing this defense apart as they go to the running game now. Marcus Turner gets to the outside. He breaks 1 tackle and is barely misses out on the first down. We needed multiple guys to bring him down. We had him in the backfield too. That's the crazy part. Just shows that we still need to work on stuff a little bit. As Justin Burden trying to bring him down, and looks like he'll barely get that first down. A gain of 1. That's all Chris Fry needed. As a few plays later, we got 3rd and 11. Let's get him off the field. Force a field goal, and that's what we do, baby. Terrence Ghana. That's a name we haven't called much this season, but he gets a sack It at least forces the field goal. So we're down by 20, but it's time for our offense to go to work. We got a score at the end of the first half. Now let's see if we can get a score here to start the second half as well. But 3rd and 8 coming up, though. Miami needing to make a play as he drops back, looking around. Nobody open, though. Going to try to run for the first down marker and gets plenty of yardage, an 18-yard gain. Keep that thing rolling. The first set of downs for Miami and company to work with as Jariah Bond ends up picking up 5 on this one as well. A 5-yard gain, making it 2nd and reasonable, but after a botch play, we got a 3rd and long once again. This time, trying to set up the screen, and if we had our block set up properly, we were going to pick up that first down. I'm sure of it, but instead, 4th and 9, coach wanted to go ahead and punt this thing, and that's unfortunately what we have to do, man. And now we need our defense to step up here once again. The defense doing everything it can, but you can only contain Adam Holmes, who's an NFL prospect for so long. But we're doing a good job containing him, though. He only has 2 catches in this one. As we got 1st and 10 again. This time they go short over the middle where Nick Campbell is. It ends up picking up 5. As now a couple plays later, once again, a 3rd and 5. Trying to get these guys off the field, but Chris Fry, with an extremely clean pocket, is able to locate Nick Campbell again for 19. As Earlham continuing to move downfield. We're running out of space. Chris Fry looking to get some space upfield and picks up 8 yards. He's not even much of a scrambler, but he's been able to get it going here. And now 2nd and 2 once again. Chris Fry dropping back, throwing to the right-hand side over to Antonio Turner. Another first down again for Franklin. For not even getting that many big plays upfield necessarily, but that being said, though, they been able to try to bring them back, and at least we get a little bit more space now as we get a loss on defense. Cameron Frost with his first TFL. Let's see if we can build on it, though. 2nd and long. Fry dropping back, throwing to the left-hand side, but nobody home for Allen, and of course, they pick up all that yardage back and then some. So with 1st and goal again, a familiar situation for this Franklin offense. As Fry drops back, is going to hand it off to John Maxwell, who's able to walk right into the end zone. Touchdown, Franklin. And we're down 37-10. As we got 1st and 10 once more. Trying to throw over the middle, get to Jariah Bond, who does pick up some decent yards at the very least. And that might be the end of his 3rd quarter as well. As we get to another finished quarter in this rivalry game, and it's not looking good for us. We're down by 27. Let's finish strong at the very least. Get some positive momentum. Alright, guys, so 4th quarter is officially underway. We got a 2nd and 1, and now we're at the point where it's time to forwards it as we try to go over the middle. We were looking for Jariah Bond, but we just didn't throw a good enough pass for him, and now we're going to have to try again. 3rd and 1. Just need 1 yard. That's all we need. As Miami drops back, facing some pressure, and gets outside the pocket and scrambles for another first down himself. As again, 1st and 10 coming up in a 5-wide set. Just looking for somebody to get open here. As we drop back, throw to the left-hand side. Jariah Bond is available for us. It ends up picking up 9 yards on that catch. He's been held pretty quiet as well. That's only his 2nd catch of the game. As now, 2nd and 1 once more. Miami dropping back. Going to try to throw this thing up for Jariah Bond, but it's overthrown. And Franklin was able to get a play on the ball, and that's the most frustrating part about Miami, man. He can throw some dots, but he can miss some open guys as well. As we now have to try to pick up this first down. We'll have to go for it at this point. There's no question about it. 4th and 1. Just see if we can get it with our running game at the very least, just to stay alive. And Miami will do just that for us. Picks up the first down, breaks a tackle in the process in order for us to do it. Now another 1st and 10 coming up here as Miami dropping back, gonna throw over the middle, looking for Henry B. York, and what a beautiful dot. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That was a tight hole that Miami had to throw it in, and he got it for the first down. As Miami dropping back, throwing to the left-hand side. Jariah Bond had a nice catch, but then he drops it, of course. So now 2nd and 10 now coming up after the drop. As Miami, he drops back on a 5-wide set, gets it to Adam Hildeford, who fumbles the football, and Franklin is going to recover it once again. Our 3rd turnover of this game, and it seems like nothing can go wrong. Oh no, it's all going wrong for our offense here today. With the exception of the 1 touchdown that we had, we just can't get anything going, and especially when Franklin gets passes like that. Look at this coverage that we had over on this left-hand side. Even if I don't use her, that should have been at least an incompletion, but somehow they managed to find a way to complete that pass. That's insane. It's just hard to get something going. You know, our guys just have to get hands up. You know, even if we're not controlling that side of the field, I can't be everywhere, of course. And it might cost us once again. Franklin getting another really good drive going as Fry drops back again. Throw it over the middle and finds Marcus Antonio Turner for a gain of 7. It's another 1st down, of course. And at this point in the game, Franklin's going to go ahead and start chewing some clock a little bit. I don't blame him, man. You know, they got this dub, man. You know, Seth Green trying to get a big hit on the quarterback at the very least. Force a fumble, but, you know, we don't get that luck for us. For computer, it might be different. But 1st and goal coming up, though, for Franklin. And we do at least get a penalty. So we stop the clock at 2:04. A false start on the offense. So that will get to at least back him up just a smidge. As now, Chris Fry in the shotgun. Going to drop back again. Throws a dot over the middle, over to Nick Campbell. And it's a touchdown again for Franklin. And with our guys, you know, we send in our backups in the last couple of minutes just to make sure nobody gets hurt. And this was a tough rivalry game to swallow. Losing big to your rival, that's not a good look whatsoever. We lose this game by a final score of 50-10. And now we'll go ahead and check out the stats for our guys. See if we can pull anything positive from this game because, you know, I'm going to tell you what, this is a tough one to take in, especially as we'll no longer have the ability to become bowl eligible here in season number 2. Alright, guys, so this was an embarrassing way to lose this rivalry game, to be honest. And I mean, it had to be like on our passing game, and because, you know, our passing game, ironically, we gave more touchdowns to the other team than we scored ourselves. We only had 1 offensive touchdown, but both the interceptions that we threw here today, they both turned into, you know, they were defensive touchdowns for the other team, man. So it was definitely a tough one to, you know, take in for sure. Running game actually wasn't that bad, 150 yards on the ground, but barely 100 yards passing. That's really tough, and we can't win that way, you know, especially, you know, because that means, you know, the defense, you know, has to put a little bit more work during the course of the game, and it's just a tough one to take in. Alright, so checking this individual stats for our guys, and Miami Uwagale, you know, he had a tough one going for sure. 11 for 25, 93 yards, had a touchdown, but 2 interceptions that both returned for touchdowns. Terrain Patton, he wasn't any better, only 1 for 4 with 8 total passing yards to get us over 100 yards passing. On the ground though, Miami Uwagale did have himself a nice day. He had 11 carries for 86 yards, and Terrain Patton actually wasn't too bad in this one either. He had 11 carries for 44 yards. We were just so reliant on our rushing attack, you know, and the rushing attack just couldn't do enough. And, you know, it showed for our receivers too. Jariah Bond was our leading receiver, but he only had 3 catches for 41 yards. We just couldn't get the ball to our receivers. Terrain Patton and Jakeem Short both had multiple receptions, but Patton only had 3 yards receiving, and Jakeem Short, he only had 15 yards receiving himself. King Nutt and Brandon Pierce both had pancakes, so that's something bright to look at. Defensively, Justin Burton led us the way for us in tackles. We had 10 total tackles a day with Seth Gray and Cameron Foss, not too far behind. We did have a sack as well. Temperance Ghana had a sack for us in this one. Multiple TFLs as well. A lot of people, you know, getting behind the line of scrimmage, you know, in order to make some plays for us, but we couldn't get any interceptions, which is really surprising because it seemed like a lot of times we had guys in the position to make a play, and just couldn't make it happen for whatever reason. Seemed like EA was hoeing us, and they hoed us pretty good throughout the course of this game, man. So that game was a really tough one to take in, but the good news for us at the very least is that we did have our final road game. The next 2 games that we go on the, here at home, that being said though, we have a tough opponent ahead of us, man. We're taking on the Hanover Panthers. They just lost their first game of the season. They're now number 7 in the country. We're coming in as big underdogs. We have to play at a significantly higher level in order to come out on top, but it should be a good one. So make sure you smash that like button for me, as well as hit subscribe if you have to be brand new to the channel, and like what you see as well. This is John J Gaming on the mic signing off, but hoping you're all out there having a wonderful day. Take care, everybody.